Hello, I'm David Frankel.
And I am Duncan Friedberg. In April 2014, we thought, why are we still using the school bus? It's slow and unreliable, so we switched to the train.
It was a good decision. So our journey starts here in Heald Green. We get a train into Manchester Piccadilly and a tram from Piccadilly to Crumpsall. And here is our train. It is the 0739 to Liverpool Lime Street. Stops here at Heald Green. The train is a 319 unit. Here we leave Heald Green. The train also stops at Gatley. Here we pass over the Stockport Altrincham line, the M60, the Freight Loop line, and the River Mersey. Before arriving at East Didsbury. Immediately after East Didsbury, we pass over the Metrolink line. We pass Burnage and to Moldith Road. And now we pass over the Fallowfield Loop, which is now a cycleway. And now we join onto the West Coast Main Line at Slade Lane Junction. And we now approach Longsight Depot, and there was once a station here, and that little stubby platform thing is where the station was. The stubby platform was built so people could get off at the depot, although it too is now abandoned. And here's Ardwick Junction with Ardwick Station. There's the depot, and you can see an abandoned viaduct which once carried the line all the way to the Victoria Ashton line.
Manchester Piccadilly. If you're leaving the train here at Manchester Piccadilly.
And on the approach to Piccadilly, you can see the former approach to Mayfield Station, part of which is still intact. Mayfields was a semi-separate station, which was more of an extension to Piccadilly and is now abandoned. And here we are at platform 14 at Piccadilly Station. From here we change on to the Metrolink. Now instead of going down into the concourse, one of our teachers once showed us a shortcut. If you go down this lift to Fairfield Street, you get to the taxi rank here at Fairfield Street, and the Metrolink stop is right there. And here we are at the northwest bound platform at Piccadilly Station, at Piccadilly Metrolink. Trams to Bury usually run every 12 minutes, however due to the St Peter's Square closure they now run every 6 minutes, so yay for us I guess. And here comes one now. Our first stop is here at Piccadilly Gardens. Here's the junction with the line down to St Peter's Square, although this is currently out of use. And here we are at Market Street. And over there was once a stop called High Street, when Market Street was northbound only, southbound trams called at High Street. Market Street now serves in both directions. And here we are at Shude Hill. And here we join with the Second City Crossing on the approach to Victoria. And here we are at Victoria. Just outside Victoria, for a short while we run alongside the main line before dipping underneath into a tunnel. Here is Irk Valley Junction, where the Bury and Rochdale lines split. Behind us is Queens Road Depot. We will have a look at that on our way back. Short curve from the Rochdale line connects to the depot. And here we are at Queen's Road. And here we are at Abraham Moss. The platforms here are staggered. And here we are at Crumpsall. We'll see you in the afternoon. Whoosh! And it's now the afternoon. Here's our tram. He runs to Etihad Campus via Piccadilly. And we now leave Crumpsall Metrolink. And here we are at Abraham Moss. Now here at Abraham Moss, between Abraham Moss and Queen's Road, there is a disused station, Woodlands Road, which was closed and demolished in 2013. And it was located here. And here's the junction to Queen's Road Depot. Now the situation with Queen's Road Depot and the old Cheetham Hill Loop is a bit complicated, so I'll put a little animation here. Now, researching the Cheetham Hill Loop is difficult, as there is no Wikipedia page on it. The line separates from the main Victoria to Rochdale line just outside Victoria Station and rejoins at Newton Heath Junction, where the Oldham Loop line separates to the east. The Cheetham Hill Loop line was built to avoid the incline at Miles Platting. The Bury line follows the main line, then dips underneath through a tunnel. It then crosses the Cheetham Hill Loop over a viaduct at Irk Valley and slopes back down to the ground. Where the lines cross, a northwest and a southeast connection were built. This junction is known as the Irk Valley Junction. Part of the Cheetham Hill Loop was reopened when the Bury line was converted to Metrolink as the Queen's Road Depot, the main entrance of which is through the northwest connection as shown here. If you follow the line of the depot on Google Earth, you eventually end up back at Victoria. When the Oldham and Rochdale line opened, the part of the loop between the Irk Valley Junction and Newton Heath was used by trams, with 2 new stops opening at Monsell and Central Park. The trams go from the Bury line onto the loop via the south to east connection. The original underpass, the west to east connection, is used as a secondary entrance to the depot from the Rochdale line. Confusing, isn't it? So there's Queen's Road Depot, and now the line rises upwards. Before Queen's Road stop was constructed, Queen's Road opened the day Woodlands Road closed, there was a little temporary kind of driver-only stop where the drivers could get on and off in order to get to the depot. So we now pass over the link from the Rochdale line. And you can see the depot follows where the line used to continue on to Victoria. Behind us is Irk Valley Junction. So you can just see the tip of the depot there, and that runs down a line which is abandoned from the end of Queen's Road and reappears here. You can see that line of trees behind it. There you go, you can see the viaduct. So on the approach to Victoria, we run alongside the National Rail line. And there's the viaduct. That line of trees. And here we are at Victoria Station. That's the line to Exchange Square, which is part of the second city crossing. You can just see Exchange Square in the distance. And there's the northbound platform at Piccadilly Metrolink, southeastbound platform. There's our tram to Etihad, there's the tram we're on to Etihad campus. So if you come through here, the Fairfield Street exit, you get back to that, you have to cross the tracks, and then you get back to that lift, and it's much faster if you're going to platform 13 or 14. We are going to platform 13, we're aiming for the 1737 to Manchester Airport. And here it is, the 1737, usually a combination of DMUs. Today it's a 156 and a 142. Of course we get on the 156 portion. And here we are, back at Heald Green. There goes our train. So, school to Heald Green in 43 minutes. Beat that, school bus. If you've enjoyed this video, subscribe. You can also subscribe to Duncan's channel, although I don't really see the point. Good afternoon, YouTube. Today I am at Manchester Piccadilly. It is the 20th of May. Since the 1st of April, Northern and Transpennine franchises have been replaced with new franchises, both of which unveiled awesome plans for the North, which at first I thought was in fact an April Fool's joke.
The UK has voted to leave the European Union.
The pound has cratered, falling to its lowest level in over 30 years.
And as such, I think the country requires fresh leadership to take it in this direction.
Let me address the issue of a second independence referendum.
The UK has voted out